What's going on there, friends and neighbors? I am Rob Reviews, and today, after so very long, I finally have the Kaijyu-ou series Godzilla 2016 Climax version figure. But before I bring the figure out, I just wanted to showcase the box, because the box is rather nice. I mean, look at this thing right here. Reach. Okay. So we have a picture of the figure out here on the front with all the little laser beams going on. This figure does not come with laser beams. I just want to set that out now. And you can see Kaijyu-ou series, Godzilla 2016 Climax version. That in Japanese, Shin-Godzilla. Here is the side of the box. There is the back of the box. There is the other side of the box. And that is the brown box that the white box came in. Okay, we're done with boxes. Let's just talk about this figure. Would you look at that shiny purple boy? Isn't he handsome? So first I'm going to do a look at the paint, a look at the sculpt and the mold and all the little details. And then I'm going to go into a comparison of the original King Series Shin-Godzilla figure. And then I'll get into articulation. So by all means, let's get to looking at the paint and details. Have you seen a Shin-Goji, Shin-Goji, Shin-Goji? This is a Shin. Okay. So here is our retooled, repainted, and re-released purple shiny Climax boy. And in all honesty, from every angle, this figure just looks right. Nothing about him feels, stitched together. Even with that obvious seam at the tail over there. I mean, it's obvious, they had to chop off part of the tail and completely sculpt a new one, but, I'm not complaining. Especially from the front, this guy is extremely photogenic. I mean, look at that mouth. Look at it. Look at it. It's freaking amazing. Looking at the figure from the side, again, I mean, it's just beautiful. All the additional paint that was added to this thing, Although the man of the hour is not perfect. As you can see here, there is still some remaining orange paint where the purple should be. You can see that over here a little bit as well. But, it might just be my sunny disposition when it comes to figures and everything, but I really, really like the mixture of the purple and the orangish red, especially at the base of the neck right there. I don't know what it is, but I really, really like it. I really don't mind it. Also, the teeth look very well done over here as well, except for that sloppy little bugger right there. Looking at the mouth, I mean, it is metallic, it is purple, it is shiny, it is very vaginal looking. I mean, it gets its point across. Looking at the roof of the mouth, I mean, boy, holy moly. One thing that I really like, despite the spotty paint right there, I really, really like the membranes on this figure for the mouth section. I understand that the smaller version of this figure had that too, but God, just look at this shot. Look at that. Look at the membranes, the shiny purples. Oh my God, he looks great. Moving on to the tail. Every dorsal fin, spike, whatever you want to call them, they're all purple and they all look great. Especially the second part of the tail, the newer part of the tail. It looks like this thing is lighting up. Look at that. It looks like it's legitimately emanating purple light. That is not an effect I used. It just looks that way. Swear to God. Moving over to the, oh my God. Looks like somebody had a really long night at 34 North the other night. Oh my God. Yeah, the tail looks fantastic. It's just when he's laying down like this, it looks like he's about to heave. But the detail looks great. I really love the inclusion of the open mouth at the tip of the tail, as well as the second inner mouth on the inside of the tail. This is a Bandai figure, but this looks fantastic. Yeah, look at that guy. Oh, God. Gremlin face. So you can see the outer mouth, you can see the inner mouth, you can see a little bit of the jawline of the inner mouth, you can see a little bit of the eye in this little socket right here. I mean, this is just vastly impressive for a Bandai figure. It really, really is. I mean, this is terrifying. Somebody make a meme out of this. There's green screen and everything. I'm sure it'll look fine. I don't know why, but with this part of the tail being upside down, it just looks a hell of a lot more unsettling, doesn't it? I like that which was black on the original figure is just a darker shade of purple. The detail is a little bit muddy this time around, but I just like the highlights on it. It looks very, very nice. Speaking of purple, oh boy, what that purple back do? It glistens in the light, that's what it does. The different shades of purple on the dorsal plates make this thing glow in the sunlight. Ta -ta 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 -ta. Again, the detail is a little bit muddy, but it looks fantastic. It really, really does. I mean, sure, at first glance, it's not like you can see every little bump and groove on it, but the purple, the pink, The different shades, it's beautiful. Now, while looking at Climax Shin-Goji next to the original Shin-Goji, you can see right away the differences, both in paint and in sculpt. Obviously. First up would be the head. Yeah, with Shin-Goji's mouth fully opened like this figure is just a wee bit bigger than the original. Looking at him from behind, the tail is much larger. This is one of the reasons why I prefer this figure over the original, because the tail should have just always been this big. Even when I first got the original, I thought the tail was just a tick too short, so I'm glad this is something that they fixed. But there are a few things that are present on the original figure that aren't present on this one. As you can see on the original Shin-Godzilla figure, there's much more grooves, bumps, and details on the neck. Here, it's kind of just molded, and whatever those lines are over there, I mean, it does look a little poor. It does look like they should have sculpted a little bit more on the neck, but yeah. So the original's on the left and the newer one is on the right, and you can see that there is much more red paint present on the legs. Even though on the newer figure it is a little spotty on one thigh, but you will be getting more of the red paint that the original one I honestly feel sorely missed out on. And then coming up to the chest and the crotchal region, you can see that they added a lot more paint under his chest. Whereas with the original, it ends pretty abruptly, and here it kind of just fades once you get towards his crotch. I mean, it looks great. It really, really does. It's just a little messy. All right. Curb the phallic jokes real quick. The two tails next to each other, or one on top of the other, you can see what I meant by the muddy detail for the tip of the tail. The original having the black detail with the red paint kind of backing it, it really made the tip of the tail pop more. It really gave you a much nicer, closer, more detailed look at what the hell was going on with Shin's tail. But the movie's 2 years old at this point. We already know what the heck was going down on there. We already know what the heck was going down on that tail, but still, I like the new tail. I like the purple shading. I just think that the originals popped a bit more. Moving on to the size comparison, here is the Climax crew. We have the Shin-Godzilla Final Climax Bandai Movie Monsters figure. We have the pre-Climax figure, and we have the Climax Gachapon figure. And then moving over here, we have the original Bandai Movie Monster Series Shin-Godzilla and the Defo Real X Plus Shin-Godzilla figure. This guy, he a big boy. Whew, sorry. That was a mouthful. A lot more than I was expecting. So when it comes to articulation on this guy, it's literally just the arms and and the legs. Ooh, that was a lot tougher than I thought. There is absolutely no articulation in the tail, both on this part or on this part. It is all just hollow vinyl. Okay, everybody, I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously, I love this figure. This figure is awesome. But I gotta say, do not buy this figure. Unless you are a completionist like I am and you need every other Godzilla figure that comes out, or every Godzilla figure that comes out, this guy is not worth your money. I think his starting price was $135, which is just insane. I mean, all you're really getting is the retooled tail, the retooled head, and just all of the purple, the repaint. That's it. I mean, yeah, you're going to get the extra paint on the knees and the shins of Shin. You're going to get the extra paint, the red on the side and everything. But overall, I would definitely say probably don't pick this up unless you really, really want it. I mean, the price is just outrageous. It is ridiculous how much money this guy costs. Though I do got to give a shout out to my boy Tom. Yet again, my dude, for the 85 millionth time, thank you so much for helping me acquire this figure. Seriously, I never thought I'd ever see this thing in my collection just because of that ridiculous freaking price, but Tom worked his magic, and here he is. But other than that price and my low recommendation of actually buying this thing, I like this figure. I like it a lot. I think it's actually my favorite Bandai Shin-Godzilla figure. Just because of the size, just because of the extra detail, just because of the tail, how much longer it is now. But I can't, in any good honesty, tell somebody to pick this up for the prices it's commanding on the internet. But if you're willing to drop the buckaroos, I'd say this guy is a very welcomed addition to your collection. And seeing as how this guy exists, this puts the thought in my mind that we might actually get a third alternate version of Godzilla Earth from the Kaijyu-ou series, but let's hope not. But anyway, I have been Rob Reviews. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please comment down below and tell me, do you have this figure? What Shin-Godzilla figures do you have? Do you have any Shin-Godzilla figures? Would you pick this up for the crazy price of over $100? Anything at all? Comment below and tell me. And until next time, everybody, I will see you all then and there. May Skreonk be with you all.